I want to bring in his attorney, the attorney for Kilmar Abrego Garcia. Again, remember, in the law, whenever they're using three names for you, you're in trouble. But his counsel joins us right now. And it's good to have you again on the show. No disrespect to your client, but we both know it. You know, when they're hitting me with the Christopher Charles Cuomo, it's not because I won the lottery. I'll tell you that right now. So what do you make of... What do you make of this angle of pursuit by the government? We're bringing them back because the Supreme Court said so, but we're smacking them with federal charges for what happened in 2022, even though the FBI passed at that time.
So I agree that they could go the route that you're saying and try to challenge the stay of the removal based off of changed country conditions. I also think that they are counting on trying to get a conviction here that would satisfy a criminal bar to his stay of removal. So if they can accomplish a criminal conviction here, they have another way to sort of attack the immigration protection he had. So I think that's the goal. But I do think I agree with your larger point that this is largely political. I mean, the timing itself just reeks of this being political in nature.
Now, you can't go along with me on this, but my angle on your client has been probably a bad guy. Wife said he was a bad guy. The people he was hanging out, bad people. The way he presents, maybe or may not be gangbanger related. It's easy to paint him as a bad guy. That's different than saying there's legal sufficiency for him to not to be here.
So let me just say this. First, we've always been the defenders of due process, and we are representing him on his immigration case. I'm not here to vouch whether he's a good guy or bad guy. And we are immigration attorneys, so we will not be representing him in his criminal federal proceedings that are taking place. So again, he might be a bad guy. That's fine. Bad guys get due process in this country. That's the way the Constitution works. If you commit the most heinous crime and are captured by the police, they don't execute you on sight, you get a trial. That's the way this country is supposed to operate, no matter who you are.
So on the immigration side, I think you're getting a break, because I think they have a tougher case to make on the trafficking than on the basis of the reasonable fear for the stay order. Because my sources, my reporting about what's happening in El Salvador, the gang that he was talking about is not running things anymore. Even if he is a member of the criminal organization, the gang that he is allegedly part of, that is not the beef going on there anymore. And that would be a tougher thing for you to deal with, would it not?
I agree, but if I'm the government, aren't I taking two swipes at it? I can get both changed country conditions and potentially a particular serious crime bar to the withholding protection that he had. So I think they're loading up and trying to come in with a shotgun blast to attack everything.
Well, let me ask you something. Have you talked to your client?
So we are traveling tomorrow, and we are going to go visit him tomorrow. That is the plan. That'll be the first time we've had contact with him.
Is there any chance you think he's going to say to you, look, I don't want any of this. Let me just go back to El Salvador. That's what everybody seems to want. I don't want to face these charges. I don't want to fight the removal. Just let me go.
I mean, would you rather be in a federal prison in the Middle District of Tennessee, or would you rather be in CCOT? I'd rather be in a federal prison in Tennessee. So there's not a world where I imagine he's going to say, send me back to El Salvador.
What if they send him back to El Salvador as just a free citizen, removed from America because he's not legally here? But he is not an illegal person in El Salvador, as far as we know, unless you know something I don't.
I don't, but given his past experiences of having been immediately taken to CCOT and all the allegations concerning him being an MS-13 gang member, if you know anything about the state of exception, allegations and suspicion is enough to throw you back in CCOT. So if I'm him, I would do everything in the world, given what I've heard about conditions in CCOT, to avoid being sent back there, even if that means spending the next 20 years in jail here.
That's a good point. Counsel, thank you very much for the perspective. As you know, if there are issues that you think are relevant to the national dialogue, you got a place here. We're a call away.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.